biggest thing that helped me also is having US clinical experiences. I would suggest having them do more hands-on clinical experiences so that they will, improve their interpersonal skills, also get exposed with a diverse population, and also learn more about the EMR and the healthcare system, how it really works. I think you need to prepare early. You have to plan ahead of time. When you decide to do something, you have to plan ahead and prepare everything as early as possible.
Good morning, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome. And today we have Dr. Grethel Hernandez with us, our student who had a pre-match in her fellowship, infectious diseases. Very long journey. She has gone through a lot of challenges as an old YOG. So let's hear from her. So welcome, Grethel. How are you?
Hello, everyone. Hello, Mr. Pawan. Thank you for having me here.
So let's talk about your background and a bit about your USMLE journey. So walk us through your background.
Okay, so I'm Grethel. I was born and raised in the Philippines. I graduated at the Far Eastern University, Dr. Nicanor Reyes Medical Foundation in 2011. After that, I went into a fulfilling 6-year career in medicine, where I was a family physician for 3 years initially, where I attended to the underserved community and then worked as a part-time professor at the College of Medicine. After that, I went into internal medicine residency training, where I became a chief resident and became board certified. In 2019, I moved here in the United States after getting married and then completed my USMLE steps. I had an attempt in 2013 due to lack of familiarity of the appropriate resources for the exam, and also for the USMLE structure. And then but then I decided to go into residency. And then when I got married, that's the time that I had to go with the USMLE exams again here. And then so I passed all my exams in my step 1 and step 2 in 2021. After that, I engaged in US clinical experiences, mostly telerotations, because I got pregnant during that time, and then it was the peak of the pandemic. So that was the only choice that I had during the time. So in 2021, I started, applying for the match internal medicine residency training. Actually, so being pregnant with the pandemic, my husband and I were not actually ready to move to other states. So I decided to apply mostly to California programs since we're here in California. And then just certain programs outside the state. I did not do any outreach letter during that time, and then I did not have any research publications. So my application was weak during that time. So the following year, having the baby, it was difficult for me again to, do more clinical experiences and research. So with my mom coming home, coming here in the United States from the Philippines, she helped me take care of the babies so that I was able to do some researches, and I was able to publish them this year. And then I was also able to do my USMLE Step 3. So this year, actually, I also applied to another match in 2022, internal medicine residency training, but only to 20 California programs. Because of my, I didn't do anything much about, accomplishing much during that time. So I only decided to do, 20 programs. It was just like, having the choice of not going to applying or not during that time. So this year, I decided, to do some publications. I was able to do publications, more US clinical experiences. And then suddenly I was watching some YouTube videos, and then I decided suddenly to go into fellowship match. That gave me the idea. So, oh, I can do that. So let me go the other way this time. So that was my plan. So, but as early as July, I decided to join Sarthi, and then so I had to do an immediate meeting with you and my mentor, to strategize my plans with the match. And then so I had my initial meeting with Dr. Zikan. So with you, sir, first. So you gave me an idea to apply to 3 fellowship subspecialties to infectious disease, geriatrics, and nephrology. So I decided to apply to infectious disease and geriatric. And then with my meeting with Dr. Zikan, he told me to, do a program outreach. So I did within a week, all the programs in ID and geriatric medicine, I sent outreach letter to all of them. And then he told me to complete as early as possible all the requirements, like the personal statement, CV, what else? The letters of recommendation, everything that I needed. So I was able to, made as early as possible, complete them as much as I can. What else? And then he also did some mock interviews with me, 2 mock interviews, and it did help me a lot. And then after having those interview invitations, I update him, and then the result of my interviews. So we were get in touch during the whole time, and he gave me very helpful advices, what to do and what not to do during that time.
Good. So, thank you for a very extensive, walkthrough of your journey. So, just to recap your challenges, you were an old graduate, so 12 years out of med school, you had attempts, right? And you are living in California. So, which one would you say was the hardest to overcome? What challenges were very hard to overcome?
Well, I think the hardest to overcome will be the year of graduation. Yeah, because when I went through the previous match, going through the programs, their qualifications, they prefer US graduates and recent graduates. And that's the biggest challenge for old IMGs just like me. So that's why, it gave me an idea to go to fellowship match, and then I also plan of going to internal medicine residency after this fellowship training. So that's the most challenging part. And then I think second is having much US clinical experiences. After the pandemic, most programs prefer now hands-on experiences, and I had limitations during that time, so I was able to complete mostly telemedicine or telerotations, and 1 US clinical experience. So that's one of the challenges also. I should have done more hands-on US clinical experiences.
Right.
And the third challenge would be my low scores, having the attempts. Yeah. So that's actually the second most challenging part of my application.
So, how did you convince the programs, older YOG or schools, how did you convince them that you were ready and you're up to date with the medical knowledge, and exams are not a true reflection of your capabilities?
Yes. So being an old graduate and having those previous attempts, what I did is, having those publications research publications and then keeping up with my clinical experiences, I was able to show them that I am a lifelong learner, that I don't stop despite the failures I had in the past. And with those challenges, I am, I develop a teachable heart that I went through my journey, and I'm
Right.
very willing to learn and I accept those challenges that they during um uh during those times that I was, during the application.
So were you able to travel? I know you said your mom then came to help over. So after that, were you able to travel for rotations?
We had the plan of going, to New Jersey for a rotation, hands-on rotation with the program director
Right.
for at least 3 months. But I was not able to do that because I decided to, since I've seen a rotation here in California, I just grabbed the opportunity since I'm here. I'm in the
Yeah.
comfort of my, in my home. I won't be able. I will not have to spend for a house to rent.
Yeah. No, these are very genuine challenges. I mean, cost and housing, renting, and moving. I mean, it is commendable that you've managed all this with a baby, and yeah, so it's very impressive.
Thank you, Mr. Pawan.
So, what would you recommend to older graduates who may have similar profile? What should what should they focus on? If you were to do it again, what would you recommend to them?
Okay. So since I cannot do anything with about my year of graduation, the scores. Um, would I think they can focus on their weaknesses, on other weaknesses that they can, worked on. For example, for me, biggest thing that helped me also is having U.S. clinical experiences. I would suggest having them do more hands-on clinical experiences so that they will, improve their interpersonal skills. Also get exposed with a diverse population, and also learn more about the EMR and the healthcare system, how it really works, because it's different having the telemedicine compared to a hands-on rotation. There's still a big difference with those experiences. Secondly, doing some research, and then publishing them would be very helpful. Especially during fellowship, I was able to talk about my researches with the programs, and this helped me a lot also. One thing more would be, I think you need to prepare early. You have to plan ahead of time. When you decide to do something, you have to plan ahead and prepare everything as early as possible. Your personal statements, your CV, everything, your LORs. You have to, get them ready as much as soon as possible, so that you won't have to be stressed during the application.
Yeah, yeah. Did you know Dr. Weissman, or did you do research with him, or was it with someone else?
No, Mr. Pawan. I did my research with California Institute of Behavioral Neurosciences and Psychology, CIBNP, with Dr. Hassan Tohi.
Oh, yeah, yeah, the California one.
Yeah,
Okay.
CIBNP.
So, yeah. So, any other parting thoughts? Anything else? This has been very helpful. But anything that we missed, you want to talk about?
I think everything is possible. Just believe in yourself. Believe in the achievements that you have accomplished. you know, this journey is not actually, it's not that easy, you know, having this challenges, just like me. We are able to to surpass these challenges as long as we believe in ourselves. There were periods that I got depressed, but you know, during this year, I said, I'm gonna do it. um, yeah, just believe in yourself. It's the most important thing that you need to do, you know.
Absolutely. I think your story is very inspirational after this YOG and attempts you didn't give up and when you didn't match for 2 seasons. So very, very impressive. What do you want to in the next 2, 3 months or actually 6 months before you start? What are the plans? Are you planning to travel? What are you doing in the next 6 months?
Yeah, so right now I'm accomplishing my the requirements for the Louisiana State Board.
I
And
see.
then I plan to visit the Philippines around April or March, sir, because my dad died in 2022 due to
Oh,
COVID, and he's been my inspiration, you know, yeah, to go through infectious disease fellowship. He's one of the reasons why I did this fellowship. And I wasn't able to go home when he died. I wasn't able to visit him. Uh,
yeah.
I wasn't able to attend his funeral. So this is my time, you know. I promised him to visit him before I start.
Oh, absolutely. Yes, it's very touching. Yeah. So, well, how's the baby?
She's 2 years old already, and you know, she's. I hope we can have her in daycare so that she can be more engaged with other children.
So you'll move to Louisiana with your family?
Yes, sir. My husband, my child, and my mom.
Yeah, good. Well,
The four of us. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
yeah, no, absolutely, absolutely. Well, thank you very much, Gretel. Much, much appreciate. This is very, very impressive and very inspiring. And I wish you well and good luck in this new chapter.
Thank you, Mr. Pawan. I appreciate a lot. Love your help. With all the staff. You know, it has been very helpful for me.
Thank you. Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much for watching. We hope that video provided valuable insights for your journey. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Instagram and Twitter. And check out our website for details on how we can guide you to a successful match.